hard to find a way to break into the Jewish community. Moishe House offered me an opportunity to not only break into that community, but help create it for others as well.
By giving socially active young adults in their 20s a rent subsidy and programming budget, they are able to live together and build Jewish communities out of their homes. They plan their calendar, they invite their friends, and they enjoy the Jewish community that they are creating.
Wouldn't it be great to have that kind of community that welcomes everybody but on their own terms, and really said, let's create a vision that speaks to the young generation of Jews, that's engaged with the world, that says we have a responsibility not only for the people in our community, but those around us in our city and in the broader world.
The value of a Moishe House is that it really serves people in the gap years between college, when they've maybe been involved in Hillel or maybe haven't, and later on in their perhaps late 20s, when they're starting to turn to synagogues.
The concept of the Moishe House works because those that are living in the home are the people that are active in their community and care about the Jewish community and want to see things happen in a positive way.
And provides an opportunity with my friends and with other young people and with tons of new people who just come on through to really work together on things that we care about.
I think what works about the Moishe House is that it's inherently organic, is that it's grassroots. It starts with people who want to live together and make community and extends from there. Everyone who wanders into it from wherever they come are finding something that is natural and that is exciting and that has momentum to it, that's really real.
It's not like there's one person that everybody has to know that's like the program director. We all are, and then eventually, people in the community take on events and they become the program directors.
They really put together the sort of programs they want to see. The Shabbatot come out of sort of a pluralistic view where everyone offers a different piece.
All of our Shabbat dinners have been really special things. I can remember back when we started the house having amazing Shabbat dinners with 40 people showing up. And this is when the whole project was starting and we didn't know what was going to happen and if people were going to be into it. And almost immediately started to catch on.
We're a pretty social house. We have a lot of poker nights. We have potlucks, brunches, Shabbats.
I have women's night, womenette.
Routine board game night.
And a routine Hebrew speakers night, educational programming about Jewish religion, Jewish culture, Jewish history.
Organizing softball games and softball team, poker nights, movie nights.
The arts are beautiful. I mean, we did this concert where we raised money for AJWS last night. We do social justice events. We'll show up at the Greater Boston Interfaith Organization's healthcare event.
Documentary film nights and poker nights and Shabbat, Havdalah. We did a Tashlich service for the high holidays. We're trying to start up a Rosh Chodesh group.
The apples and honey party that we had at our house, there were hundreds of people throughout our backyard, our living room, our kitchen. And I just looked across all these faces of people I knew maybe only a week or two. And everybody was just enjoying themselves so much and so grateful to have this chance to all come together and celebrate the new year.
For me, given the freedom of, what does my ideal Jewish community look like? What's an event that I would actually want to show up to? Those kinds of questions have enabled me to really engage my creative side and also step up to the plate in certain situations and say hey, I'm going to make sure that everyone here has a memorable experience. I'm going to make sure that people who come through these doors feel welcome, feel like they're part of something bigger than just showing up to an event on a Friday night.
It empowers people to do what they want to do and to fill their need in their community. And as a result, I think it builds a much stronger, more genuine, and more applicable community.
The Dead Sea Scrolls were in town, which we went to. And I think that's something that most good Jewish boys and girls would be like, I should go to the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Every single person, I'm sure, thought that they really should go check them out. But then we gave them an incentive to actually do it.
Right. It was incentive, and I think people are grateful afterwards, but sometimes you need that extra nudge, which I think the programming budget can do.
After a Shabbat dinner, maybe our third or fourth Shabbat dinner, these two young women came up to me. They told me that coming to Shabbat dinner at our house, Moishe House, DC, was the most spiritual experience that they had since moving to Washington, DC.
One of the most meaningful moments to me was when we were sitting around and talking, and one of the women there said, "Oh, this feels so good. I really needed this." And all of us really felt that way, that we were looking for it and we'd been waiting for it. And now that it was actually, the fact that Moishe House gave us opportunity for it to happen.
It would be very exciting and important to create more spaces like this. More spaces for young people to come together and create Jewish life, create Jewish experience, create opportunities for spiritual exploration, for engagement, create communities where people are coming together and thinking about how they can harness the power of Judaism to improve themselves and improve the world. I think there's enormous potential in that. And all it takes is a home and a few people who are committed to facilitating that space.
A Moishe House inserted in the right position, at the right time, with the right people, can absolutely transform what young Jewish life looks like.
I went to college in San Luis Obispo. While going to school there, I kind of, lost identity with being Jewish. And I was dealing with family problems at the time, and honestly, religion was the last thing on my mind. So after I got out of college, my friend Lee approached me and asked me if I wanted to join him in this new organization. Actually, I've rekindled a lot of relationships and a lot of friends that I've met throughout the past through Moishe House, simply because of the fact I want to invite them to our events.
In San Francisco especially, there's so many people who aren't from San Francisco to feel like they have a family, they have somewhere to kind of fall back. They have a place where, it might not be their best friends, it might not be the place they go every week, but it might be just a feeling like, hey, there's something here for me that's inclusive and welcoming, and and I feel better about being in the city. I feel a little more like I have a family here.
A side aim of the Forest Foundation and the Moishe House program in specific is to give the people who run the houses forums in which to pursue their dreams, to grow as people, and to do what they want to do. And the fact that I have a housing subsidy and the fact that I get money to do programming at my house allows me to spend my days writing and more writing. And because of that, I'm able to engage a passion of mine rather than just close my eyes in a mad rush to advance in the corporate world.
There's been a Jewish-Muslim dialogue held at our house.
I don't know if we deserve to be on CNN, but the idea that young Jews through the Moishe House are empowered to make a difference on a national level by being a symbol of hope and optimism, that despite everything that's going on, we know that we have the power to be compassionate and to listen to other people and to reach out to people even if we don't agree with them, that's a really powerful place to be.
The Moishe House of Boston, a Jewish social action group, has begun a dialogue with young Muslim professionals. The first meeting a few days ago was planned long before the latest crisis, but the timing, they admit, couldn't have been better.
I feel like Jews our age feel a little disenfranchised by institutional Judaism at the moment. And Moishe House is a great way to just bring some friends together, invite more friends over, and really do Judaism on our terms and ourselves.
And to try and figure out more, how do we want to be Jewish in the world, and what does it mean? What's the value of Judaism? What does it offer that we want to have? Not like a pick and choose sort of way, but making it part of who we are. And so,
if there are Moishe houses around the country, you can stop at any Moishe house and feel comfortable to know that you're welcome there. If I was to travel to Seattle, if I was to go to Boston, if I was going to go to San Francisco, I know I have a place that I can stay with people that I know that I'm comfortable with.
And I know that there are so many other cities that need that kind of energy. And if they just get that seed, if they just get that initial gift to let them get started, I really think they can plant this beautiful thing in their community.
We're given the gift of our own time. And the big question is, now that we have our own time, what are we going to do with it? What newness are we going to bring into the world with every new month?